Hey there everybody, it's Val and welcome to this quick update on my channel. Those of you who have been following Fallout 4 may have noticed that a lot of the streams went missing. Well, something happened on my channel and it's a mystery, but the end result is I've lost 73 live streams, of which 47 of those were Fallout 4, which means almost the entirety of my Far Harbor playthrough has been obliterated from existence. Fortunately, I was able to recover, I believe, 17 episodes from my backups on my local hard drive. However, they are not as good a quality as what was streamed, but I have redone them as videos and I'm going to be uploading them over the coming week. However, that left me with the conundrum of how to fill in the gap, which was the majority of the playthrough of Far Harbor, episodes 3.004 to 3.031. So I have come up with a solution, and the solution actually takes place further along in the timeline. Actually, it will take place the next time I stream. However, I'm pre-recording it and I'm uploading up the part of it that covers the missing videos for people to watch if they are watching the normal sequence of episodes, so that at least I can give a high view overview of what happened. Unfortunately, obviously, it will not include every detail, but it will include a lot of what happened. Now, some of what happened was important character development for Avalon, and I'm going to, during her recording of, when I record her speaking about it, I will try to have her cover what she understands about that period, about what she has learned. And that way, at least hopefully, the loss, while still a loss, won't be quite as severe as leaving a gap in the timeline. Now, the events which I'm going to be posting in the normal sequence of episodes will be labeled 3.004 to 3.031 summary, and I will upload that first, and then I will start uploading my recovered videos that I have re-rendered and will be re-uploading, so that if there's people watching this series after the fact, at least everything will come in order and hopefully will make some small modicum of sense, despite the horrible fate that befell the series. Now, going forward, I am going to be, for those videos that I regard as being integral to my channel, I will be downloading them onto my a local backup drive that is external, that I purchased with money that, without my dear patrons, I would not have had. So I've spent a significant portion of what I have earned through Patreon in the last year just to purchase this 8 terabyte external backup, whose sole purpose in life is to not let YouTube screw me over again. Because, as you will see if you read my post, which is on my Patreon page, which I have had showing during this explanation of what's going on, I'm not going to go into like I said, I wasn't going to go to the details of what happened. If you want to read about it, please go and read this post, which is from August 2016. And I've included a couple links that include more information, like this one and this one, if you're really curious about what happened and what I did to try to get some help on it. And, well, like I said, I'm not going to go into the details. I would like to vent about it, but I'm not going to do that here. This post is about Fallout, or this video is about Fallout 4 and what I'm going to be doing. Alright, so I've explained about the summary video. Now, this summary, I'm actually, the next time I stream, which will be just after Nuka World is released, the DLC, I will be streaming it in a more full version, because I'm only going to upload the portion that applies for the summary video. For the full version, I'm going to play that as part of my live stream. Now, normally I don't pre-record what Avalon is going to be talking about, but in this instance it's a special case, and I'm just going to go and do it all at once. And if you want to see the full thing, then once you get to episode 3.050, well, you'll see the whole thing again in place in the timeline where it's supposed to be. Right, so hopefully this makes sense to you. And I just would like to add that I'm sorry that I didn't do a channel update earlier, because this occurred, as best I can tell, on the 23rd of July. But as I say in this post here, that it was a very demoralizing event, and it really knocked me for a loop and took a lot of my enthusiasm, not just about doing the Fallout 4 series, but about streaming and doing videos in general, because the biggest thing was that I got no response from YouTube whatsoever as of the time I'm recording this, which is August 24th, a month. I have gotten zero response from them, despite the ways that I've reached out. And because I kept trying to reach out to them, I was focused on trying to get help, and I wasn't thinking past that. And I just didn't have the mental energy to sit down and record something special and explain what was going on, aside from what I posted here on August 17th, which is obviously like 3 weeks after it happened. Maybe sometime I'll explain why things like this send me for a loop and really caused me a lot of problems, but that's not this video. Let's just say that I do apologize for the length of time that it has taken me to fill you in on this with a video, rather than just talking about it briefly several times in live streams, because I'm aware that there are people who watch my series on YouTube and don't necessarily watch the full live streams of like Tokencraft 2, for example, and therefore you may never have heard my venting explanations of what had happened. So you have my sincere apologies. I wish I'd been able to recover myself sooner, but I just didn't, and without going into long explanations, it's just a part of who I am. So alright, so that's the Fallout 4 thing talked about. I also want to talk a little bit about my next upcoming series and what's happening to the current series. And in fact, I do talk about this in this post here, so I'm just going to scroll down to that piece, the moving forward, to this section here. So you can mute me and read these, or you can listen to me talk about it and basically say what I say there, but probably in a much more verbose fashion. Basically, the Ferret business and the Sky Factory 2.5 are going to be continuing as far as I know. I do know that we're looking at adding another game to the series, or to the rotation. I don't know yet, if we haven't decided yet what we're going to do. Are we going to still only keep 2 series going and retire one of the ones we're doing, or are we going to have 3 of them rotating on Saturdays? I haven't talked to the other squirrels in the society about that, so I don't know. I can't tell you what's going on there. I can just tell you that we're thinking of doing a 3rd thing, and we'll fill you in when I know more. Tokencraft 2. I'm trying to finish up that particular series. I'm trying to finish the base, which is why that's, well, besides the Fallout 4 not having the enthusiasm and the time in order to get prepared for all the stuff that I talked about earlier in the video. I have been streaming basically just Minecraft for the last couple of weeks. Actually 3 weeks now, I guess. So Tokencraft 2, you may have noticed that I've been working very, very hard on the base if you watch that series or even watch the end of the day tours. I am trying to finish it by August 30th when Nuka World is coming out, and I honestly don't know if I'm going to make that time because I still have a lot to do on the base, but I am going to finish it barring world disasters in the game. I'm not talking real life, hopefully. But I'm working to try to get it finished so that I can hand it over to Greater Raider. It can be added officially to Tokencraft 2, and you guys, anybody will be able to download it into their Middle Earth and have access to the base that I worked on. And I'm still enjoying finishing it up, but I will admit that I am looking forward to having it all done and looking at it and saying, whoa, I was insane when I set out to do this, but I did it! So hopefully I'll reach that I did it time, and hopefully by August 30th, but I was mentally going over how much I had left to do last night, and I don't know if I'm going to make August 30th. I'm going to do my best. It may extend a little bit past that, but it's going to be ending, and I'll wrap it up once I finish the base. So we'll continue the push to finish the base this next week, and we'll see how far we get. Fallout 4 may also be wrapping up, and it depends entirely on how Nuka World is, the DLC is, questline is set up. I keep editing what I'm saying here. For those of you who have watched Avalon in her life in Fallout 4, you will be aware that raiders are not precisely her favorite people. And from what I've learned about Nuka World, that may become an issue. That I do not know if they have provided the option that she would most likely take in the quest line. So whether or not we're going to actually be able to play through Fallout or play through Nuka World properly, like in its entirety, the quest line, I can't say yet. And until we actually kind of start the quest line with Avalon and see both how it plays out and what she thinks about it, we may not be playing through the DLC the same way we played all the way through Far Harbor. And since I don't know, obviously, the details about Nuka World beyond the fact there's raiders in it, that's all I can really say about that, except I had planned to end the Fallout 4 Rebuilding Avalon series after the last DLC. The last DLC is Nuka World, and if we can only get so far in the quest line before Avalon says that's it, no, we're not doing any more of this, then it's quite possible that Fallout 4 will be ending in the near future once I resume streaming it. So I can promise there will be at least 1 or 2 more stream days of Fallout 4, but beyond that, I can't say. Hopefully, Nuka World will provide the option that would suit Avalon, but we will have to play it by ear. So obviously, when you look at those two things, that Tokencraft 2 is wrapping up, Fallout 4 is probably wrapping up. I'd say about 75% chance, based on what I've heard, is that it's going to be wrapping up in the near future. So maybe by the end of the first week of September, I'm going to have 2 gaps in my streaming schedule. Do not fear, I have a plan for what's going to be replacing it. And I will be doing I'm hoping to do a video about what that thing is to introduce it, like I did for Fallout 4, but it will totally depend on how much time I have. Very worst, I'll do a short video like this with you staring at a screen with me blabbing, saying, yes, I'm doing X, but I don't want to say what it is yet because I don't know what date we're starting it. I'm just hoping we'll be starting it at the beginning of September, but it all depends on how my other 2 series go, so we'll see. Right, and the patron games, of course. Just as a reminder, if you are a patron of mine and you have, let me just scroll up here because we have it just available. It's fabulous. It's oh, I guess it's overview is what we want. Right, if you are pledging at the $5 or more per month level, you will be eligible for the patron games. So the patron games, if you're not familiar with it, is a once a month, and right now it's the last Friday of each month at 8 p.m. MDT or MST depending on the time of year. For 2 hours I will be playing a Minecraft mini game with the patrons that want to come in and play that day, if you are eligible. So if you would like to play with me and beat me at Minecraft Bingo, which is what we currently have been doing, and I imagine I will be changing it out for other things in the future, but right now it's Minecraft Bingo. I encourage you to become a patron. And like I said, my 8 terabyte backup drive that I now have, my external backup drive that I bought to basically archive the important parts of my channel on, would not be possible without my patrons. So I would like to say again, thank you so much. Without your generosity and your appreciation of what I do, I would not be able to back up my channel. And it took this accident, this purge on YouTube that I didn't do, to make me realize that, yep, well, I mean, I already knew it, but yes, YouTube sucks in yet one more way that I wasn't aware of or didn't really think about, and I don't have the space on my system to save my channel anywhere, so I needed to purchase something that would let me do that. So patrons, thank you. Alright, let me see. Is there anything else I wanted to talk about? No, I talked about the future plans. I talked about Fallout 4. And let's see. I think that's it. Well, this is so much for... I always start off saying end of day tours. Oh, this is going to be a quick end of the day tour. I started this off saying this is going to be a quick channel update. It never is it? I always just go on and on. Well, maybe that's what makes me able to blab for 6 hours a day on the live stream. I don't know. In any case, thank you guys for watching. I hope you found this video informative. And again, thank you to my patrons and to everybody. I apologize that this was so belated, so long in coming, this particular video, updating you on what had happened. I would like to also to thank everybody that has watched my channel, videos on my channel. You make it worth doing this, worth recording it and having it out there, and thank you. I will see you in the stream. Bye.